Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And there were a lot of people who asked me, Dusty, what's going on to the price right now and why is it dumping? So without further ado, let me explain to you guys exactly what is happening because it's the infamous Christmas pattern. As you can see right here, this is exactly what's happened to the price. It's like a kind of a Christmas light function where you can see that the price drops, of course, exactly after hitting the top. This is logical because, whatever, let's not waste any more time, guys. Today, I want to talk about what's happening to the crypto prices right now. I want to talk some crypto news and what's going to be happening to the prices on December 12th, because a lot of XRP holders are very, very excited to hear about that. So first, I want to point out a couple of things about XRP, but before we get into that, make sure you enter into our 100 XRP giveaway, and all you need to do to enter is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. And a lot of people said, man, you never give it away. Well, guys, if we only hit 1,000 likes within 24 hours, which we hit about, I think like 3 times a week or so, we'll give it away in the next video, all right? Or as soon as we hit that, I'm just going to live stream possibly and give it away. You guys tell, all right? Without further ado, though, there's a couple of things I would like to point out. One, there's actually still a bigger bullish pennant that's being made. I actually found this out just now by looking at the prices that we can actually still relate to a bullish pennant being created, which is actually kind of interesting. We talked a little bit earlier about the bullish pennant being broken every single time, but if you actually look at it, we are still making higher lows, yet lower highs, yet we're also making higher lows. No, it was correct. We are actually still going on with that pattern, even on the daily and 4 hour, 1 hour. It's kind of going on everywhere, even though it kind of did not look like it because, well, we drew a different pattern. But the thing is, though, it didn't really break out just quite yet, meaning, again, another breakout might be coming. And if we check the volume here, the volume has still been deteriorating over the daily period and over the 4 hour period. So a huge surge coming up from this is still possible. Another thing which was interesting is, of course, you can already see it from the bullish pennant, but had we not seen that, is that we were still making higher lows. All right, so if we actually take a good look at the 1-day chart here, what we're seeing, if we just quickly get rid of these ugly little trend lines, what is interesting to see is that this is our low that we made after hitting a top at about 78 cents or so. And right now we hit a lower top, yet we also made a higher low. Right, so first of all, yes, it's converging, so of course the bullish pennant, yada, yada, yada. But the fact that we are actually still growing is actually very positive. And as I said before, when you're talking about an uptrend, you must be talking about the dips, right? It's not so much about the tops that it keeps on making, because it doesn't actually necessarily have to be making higher highs all the time. It is more about making higher lows to continue this uptrend, because if you guys know anything about trend lines, you normally measure them on the bottom where the support lies, because if the supports are going upwards, so to speak, you have a positive sense. If it kind of has a bounds in this area, if there's a lot of resistance, it actually does not matter for the uptrend in general, because eventually it'll break it if the support keeps getting higher and higher and higher. And also you should understand that if the support, again, keeps on getting a higher basis, this means there are a lot of buyers in that area and that keeps going up, which means it's going to be easier to take out zones as there's a proper backing for it, right? So also with that idea in mind, I actually think it's still this zone that we're being held back by, but from the picture that I've kind of drawn for myself right now, I think it's actually a little bit less of an issue than people expected. And of course, corrections do occur in the crypto space. They have to. And if you check the bigger picture here, for example, the weekly, one little red candle is not really hurting me that much, to be completely honest, all right? Completely honest here, one little red candle for the bigger picture, I don't really think matters, all right? I'm not really too concerned about it. And I've told you guys I've been buying, right? I'll talk about that in another video coming out later today. But then I guess another question you guys wanted to hear from me was, what's going to be happening to this price on December 12th? As this is really cool for what's going to happen right now, since we, again, can break out. And if we're going to break out, I'm definitely looking for a 70, at least 69 cent price. Hopefully going for 92 cents, though, again, in the very short term. What's going to happen on December 12th? Because, well, everybody's excited for that because of Flare. Well, I've talked about it. There's actually not really any exchange anymore that does not support it, except for Coinbase. And the reasoning for XRP to surge are getting higher and higher and higher, yet I still can't really get behind it. I still do see the chance of XRP surging because of Flare as a 1% type of thing. And another question you kind of could have is, how much money will this Flare make you? That's again another good one. How much money can Flare actually make you? I've talked about this before, and I've told you guys I do not really see it making you a lot of money instantly. I actually think it has two options. One is going to be very high the second it drops and then just deteriorates like within seconds as people start to instantly sell it on exchanges. Another one is it already starts out ridiculously low and it just builds up value over time. But I like to compare it to BitTorrent, which, if you guys remember, it didn't actually do that much for TRX. So I'm kind of guessing, since BitTorrent is also the way that I would like to view Spark right now. If you, for example, have 100,000 XRP right now, and you get that in, in Spark, in this case, comparable to how TRX holders got BTT, or can get BTT, so to speak, it's $33 for 100,000 XRP, for example, right? With that idea in mind, even though this, of course, is a higher supply, maybe you can do it times 10, to compensate for this total supply. You do it times 10 because then it has 99 instead of 990 billion. That means you're getting, for 100,000 XRP, $330 after years, right? However, at the peak, again, things may differ a little bit. In the end, though, it just kind of depends on how you would like to view it all. I've said before, you could get some side money from this. And I mean, if you have 100,000 XRP, then maybe $300 is not that much for you because, well, you're a big guy. On the contrary, you could buy, a month's worth of groceries that way, right? Just completely for free. So if it does follow BitTorrent, it's still going to be worth it. However, will that affect the XRP price? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say December 12th is not going to do anything crazy. It's not going to increase the prices like a madman, and thus we also should not be worrying about it. All right, and we're dipping right now. Is that bad? No, it's not bad, guys. Corrections happen in the crypto space, and we'll get back over it. All right, I'm still continuing to buy. So, short answer once more, no, I do not think December 12th is going to have anything crazy, unless, of course, it is led by Bitcoin, which may happen any day. All right, none of us really know exactly when those things happen, as Bitcoin is the odd one out. I mean, Bitcoin, realistically speaking, has such huge fundamentals, and especially with the demand crisis, which I talked about yesterday here, the pattern still looks extremely bullish, by the way. Everything is looking good here. If you guys also see it, it's just looking higher and higher and higher. It just kind of looks annoying, or no, I shouldn't say annoying. It can look kind of ugly because of this dip. But had this dip not been there, it's just a little tiny drawdown, right? But it's actually even higher still than this point. It is still consecutively making higher lows, which again is just showing me that the trend is continuing on. This is, by the way, on an hourly. Let's check for the weekly. No, that's too bullish. Let's go check for a daily. That one is also still looking extremely good. And that can be confirmed on the monthly and can be confirmed kind of on anything, how huge Bitcoin is actually looking right now. Things are extremely bullish. All right, and that will most likely continue on for a good little while, unless something really, really crazy happens. But with the severity that the Grayscale and stuff like that are buying into, I don't really think so. And especially with some of the newest announcements coming out, for example, from the OCC Brian Brooks, who said the US wasn't really planning on banning Bitcoin anyway, or really wasn't planning on taking Bitcoin down. Those things are all bullish and good actors for our bigger goal in the plan, really. All right, this type of stuff keeps me bullish and keeps me keeps me happy when I go to bed. I like this type of stuff and I like to read this type of stuff. However, the U.S. won't ban Bitcoin, says OCC Brian Brooks. The U.S. control of the currency promised a lot of good news for crypto by the end of the Donald Trump term. The only thing I don't really like is the fact that the guys over at the OCC were not really too happy with a lot of Brian Brooks' statements. And knowing that and having that in the back of my head, I kind of feel scared for the fact that they may not enjoy what he said at all, and they may not agree. Right. However, he would not come out and say we're not planning to ban Bitcoin if they really were. I'm just kind of afraid that, he may risk himself a little bit too much, where he's putting too much of himself in front of everybody right now, where they're just going to be like, you know what, let's boycott this guy. But we'll see. We'll see how everything plans out. Spotify plans to roll out crypto services, and this is no small feat. Streaming giant Spotify to hire payment strategist for Deem project, which is once more Libra, and cryptocurrency space. The Associate Director, Payment Strategy and Innovation, will be looking for new opportunities in blockchain, CBDC, stablecoin, and digital assets. Okay, they're looking ready to take the crypto route. The company has posted a job for Associate Director, Payment Strategy and Innovation on a recruiting site Lever. Okay, Spotify is one of the 27 members on the Deem Association, and wow. Well, I didn't actually know that they were going so heavy at it. They're only looking for one member, I guess, but still, they're continuing. So, That means once more Spotify is also planning this race here. Maybe we'll see a Spotify-like integration like we've seen with PayPal just now coming up rather soon here. That will be interesting. That will be interesting. I'm pretty excited for that if I'm honest. Mike Novogratz agrees that Litecoin is direct attack on Bitcoin. Sorry, Litecoin, you're not silver to anyone's gold, according to Xiao Wang and Mike Novogratz. Well, I personally agree. Oh, I pulled out my headset. I do agree with them here, where Litecoin really serves no purpose except for trying to copy / mimic / do better in a certain sense than Bitcoin. But for the rest, it really has no other purpose because, well, Litecoin has been made to be the better Bitcoin. And you can kind of say, well, Bitcoin is gold, Litecoin is silver, but what's the purpose behind Litecoin then? Like, what's the bigger idea? What's there? To newcomers, LTC is direct attack on Bitcoin. At least it was kind of aimed at that way to be the better Bitcoin. LTC is not faster than Bitcoin. It's not silver to Bitcoin's gold. It's not Bitcoin's testnet. Bitcoin's testnet is Bitcoin's testnet. So yeah, there's kind of nothing to Litecoin. I've personally said it all before. I don't think Litecoin is at all good. I just see it as kind of a money grab because I hold them for years now. I held them ever since I got into crypto, which is why I keep them. But I'm not going to tell you guys that Litecoin is a good project or that I recommend buying it at all right? But to a certain degree, because Grayscale is buying it, I kind of feel like there is some thing that could be going on there, or that it still can get bigger. And I kind of feel like since I was there when Litecoin hit its all-time high and I didn't sell, that if I do that right now, I'm kind of like an idiot, right? Because I got that $366 price mark when the founder of the project sold, allegedly because he wanted to show that he would still develop the project even if it was not for his own money. I personally think, again, that was not the case. I just think he wanted to cash out. I kind of feel like a dummy, though, if I were to cash it right now at about, what's it now, 100 or so? Maybe 85? Yeah, I just cannot do that. I'll just wait it out or let it go to zero. I'm not cashing out right now. I'm just going to wait out the game or have nothing. That's what I'm going to go for. Is Bitcoin having a second Black Friday sale, or is this a time getting a Christmas sale? Well, guys, that's the difficult part to say about these cryptos, where you can't really tell if this is just a temporary fall down, just like a 5-hour fall, and then it's going to move back upwards, or if a bigger correction is to form right as we speak. And the reason I'm saying that is because the fundamentals look so juicy, where it's really hard to determine if it's properly backed. Again, this correction. We can actually put in volume. Is it already here? Did I just hide it? No, I did not. We can actually put in volume here to quickly check out exactly how that one is forming. So, okay, so there was a lot of volume within this seal here. There's actually another volume indicator we could use, but let's not do that today. There has not been that much volume in this whole area. Let's actually check this out on a 4-hour. We can zoom out a little bit. Okay, so there's actually not too much to say about Bitcoin's action here in terms of volume, and I find it really, really difficult to tell you guys exactly what I'm thinking with this one, as I'm personally not trading it right now. We did read a little bit earlier about somebody saying, sell your Bitcoin right now and buy back once it's above 20,000. I've also proven the difficult side with that statement. I'm thinking for right now, we're not going to see this correction. However, if we do, 16,000 or something along those lines is where we're aiming for, or somewhere along this point. So that's definitely something to watch out for. And then the last one, equity strategist says crypto has a place in portfolios. Bitcoin price reached 50,000 in 2021. Once more, I'm not really bearish longer term. I actually think every single variable for that one is set. The bigger companies, the institutions are buying in. Retail hype has not even started until it passes $20,000 or even 25 or even 30 is when you'll start to see retail hype move on in. Like, it's not instantly there. And since if we break 20, we're most likely going to be going all the way to 25 rather quickly. I kind of feel, I kind of feel as if we're just going to pull through, and then eventually once we're at like a 30,000 or so pit, that retail is going to come in, buy the top all the way to 38,000, for example, and then prices are going to start dumping. For right now, though, I kind of feel like since Grayscale is buying so much every single day, we can't really go wrong. And if we do, it's a short term, and Grayscale and stuff like that, they all know it. So it's all going to be good. I'm very, very excited. I'm very, very bullish. Hopefully you guys are too. If you like this video, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I will definitely, guys, definitely see you guys again in another crypto video.